Hey friend, it is Brandon Gustafson with Assisted Living Investing. Excited to have you here with me for the first live coaching session that we're doing here at Assisted Living Investing. If you are here on the channel, I'd love it if you would hit the like button. Let me know you're here. We're going to be talking a little bit today about grants. I've been getting a lot of feedback from you all that you want more information on grants and how they work and the process of kind of getting into grants. And so I thought I'd create this video for you as a bit of a tutorial and kind of get into the nitty gritty of how grants work. This is the first time I'm doing a live session, so bear with me if there's some technical difficulties. I'm going to share my screen here in a second, but excited to have you on the channel. Before I get started, though, I want to remind you to get over to the website. I actually created a really cool resource for you over here. Let me get over to the website or over to the slideshow here. If you could get over to the website, Assisted Living Investing net/grants, I've got a free grant writing template for you that you can use along your investment journey here as you're trying to get started investing in assisted living and with grants. So in order to get you over there, today we're going to be talking again about grants for assisted living. Now, to give you some extra context about that, I wanted to put out there just my background, who I am, and the experience that I have, so you kind of know where I'm coming from when I talk about grants. So you kind of have an idea of who I am and my experience here. So first off, I have worked for several nonprofits now. I've been doing it for over a decade, and a lot of the work that I've been doing with nonprofits has been analytics focused. But on top of that, I'm very focused on getting more funding. I do that through getting grants from other organizations, largely from large like federal grants and things like that. But I have a lot of experience with in this world. And what, excuse me, what I found is, sorry, I think my mic was away from me, so hopefully this wasn't too bad. And bring it back. I apologize. This is the first live I've done. I'm trying to figure out the whole system here. Okay, so I've been working for nonprofits for about 10 years now and have a lot of experience with that, working with analytics in healthcare and getting funding for these large grants, multi-millions of dollars of grants funding. Through that process, I was able to get training through Grant Writing USA, which is an organization that helps people learn how to more effectively write grants. And I've moved my whole big binder of all of their training resources and everything are in storage right now. But I have access to all of those things and have the training there. And I've also been a grant writing consultant for a few organizations. Help them kind of get in and get involved in grant writing and help them through the process there. And I've mentioned this with my own assisted living facilities, have been able to get over $1 million in grant funding for the grants that I have there. So have a lot of experience here in the world of grants and wanted to share that with you. Now let's get into what are grants. Grants are essentially free money, which is really cool. They are organizations that want to get in and give you funding so that you can be successful. Oftentimes, they have a mission that they have that they want to help further, and then they are finding people that need the money so they can further their mission because they don't have the time or the resources for it. But you, as a small business owner, do have that time and those resources. So that's kind of what grants are and how they work. I'm going to quickly stop sharing my screen here just for a second, or I'm going to quickly jump back over just in case there were any questions over here. Trying to check on this. Okay, so we're good here. So I want to get back over here and look at the grants. So grants are essentially free money. Now let's talk a little bit about where do grants come from. Grants are coming from they're oftentimes going to be government funded. They can come from private individuals or companies as well, like I mentioned, that have a mission that they want to further. They can come from trusts as well. Somebody who may have passed away and had a desire for a mission of what they wanted to see happen in the world, and so they put their money into a fund into a trust fund, and now they are ready to. Those funds are available through the trust to help further their mission beyond the grave, which is kind of fun. And then research institutions as well. Research institutions will want to do grants so that they can help educate or gather more information so they can make more informed decisions down the line. Those are for the big groups that are going to be providing you with grants as you go through the process and what you're trying to look for. Now, let's ask the question, where do you find grant opportunities? I get this question all the time from a ton of different people. I see it all over in Facebook groups. Where do you find grants? Now, there's a few opportunities for you to go in and find them. One of my favorites is Grant Gopher, and another one is grants.gov, and then you can look and find some on blogs. So I'm going to share with you a few of those and what that looks like and how you can kind of navigate those things. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce my screen and let's get over here to grants.gov first. So this is the website. You can go to grants.gov right here. You're going to click in here to search grants and it's going to pull up and it's going to bring up a huge database of all of the grants that are out there. There's, yeah, you can see on here, there's just a ton of them, right? There's thousands of grant opportunities. If you get in here and you type in assisted living, so you can do some keywords. And if you know any of the CFDA or the opportunity number, you can put those in there as well. But you put that information in there, and then you go here and you find one. So let's just, I'm not going to pick one very specifically. Let's look at this one. Let's go ahead and do this one. So this is measuring financial hardship among people and families living with a AD or ADRD, and it's a clinical trial is not allowed. So what you're going to see, and this one is not specific to assisted living. I'm just giving you the example here of how you can read these. So you got the title up there. This is coming from the National Institutes of Health, from the Department of Health and Human Services. As you get down in here, you can see that this is a grant. It's in the health area. It's on aging research. And then over here, you can see when it was posted. This was posted in May. It closes here in about 10 days as of the recording of this video, and then it will get archived. And the award ceiling is $500,000. You could get up to $500,000 for this grant. And then down here, this tells you who is the eligible applicant. And you can see here that small businesses is on here. That's you, if you're watching this more than likely, but also nonprofits who have a 501c status with the IRS can apply for that. There's some different types of things in here as well. So you can see what are you falling into one of these groups as an eligible applicant. And then here's some additional eligibility information. So you can read that. This is who is giving it. This is the purpose of the grant. So you can go ahead and read that and say, yeah, is that what I want to do? And then if you need more information, you would click on that link. Here's the contact information for who is administering the grant. And then up here, you can also get into version history. They might tell you things that may have changed with the grant since it was first released. Here's related documents. If you get into this, this is going to kind of tell you the information and down here, but this is the full announcement, what the grant is for, who it's directed for, who's going to help and benefit, and if you are a good fit for it, and probably give you more of the information on how to apply for that grant. And then over here is a package, which is again just kind of that information. So this is grants.gov and how you can navigate that screen and know what you're looking at and what you're looking for. Now let's get over to Grant Gopher. So this is a really fun little site here. And this is your underground connection to available grants for nonprofits, schools, and municipalities. And sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, so you can shift this down to look at which state you want to be working in. Is a specific state, or do you want to look at it nationwide? And then you can choose your county as well, which is helpful. And then your program areas. So in here, this is where you would choose health or housing and shelter. Might be a good one for you as well. And then down here, you're going to put in your keywords. So right here, we're just going to put in assisted. And I'm just going to put in assisted just to see what comes up. And you get 3 or 4 trial searches in their database. You get 3 for free without creating an account. If you create an account, you get a light version. which allows you to do unlimited searches. You just are limited to the amount of things that you can see on there. And then there's Pro account, and you can filter to your heart's content and get a lot of information out there for available grants. And I don't believe it's super expensive. So if you're really wanting to figure this out, it might be worth it to pay for that. But you just hit search on here, and then you'll come down here, and there's no matching results for that. But let's say I just want to get rid of assisted and look at housing and shelter ones, and you can see on here, here's a handful. And let's see, let's say I want to look at this Sawyer Parks Charitable Foundation. If I click on that, it's going to get in here and kind of give me a little bit of information. So health, human services, there's it came up with the housing one, so it's got to be on there as well. But you can see here, okay, this is animal rescue, housing, homeless shelters and programs. As you read down here a little bit more, there's no geographic restrictions, so you could do this nationwide. This is their foundation EIN, so you can make sure that they're a legitimate company. And then it will oftentimes have a website for you to get over to and research. And if you can't find it on here on Grant Gopher, you could go in and look at this. So Carl S. Parks trustee. So if I go in and search for that on the internet, I can get over to here, trustee at Suffolk University. That's a real person. Trustee, and then Grant. Let's search over here, and here's the charitable foundation. And now I could probably get on their website and scroll through here a little bit, and I could see what's out there for them and what their process is like to award grants. And you can start digging into this and seeing what you can find. The next resource that I'm going to give to you is just blogs. So these were a couple that I searched for. This is the 12 best federal grants for assisted living facilities in 2023. And it came down here and it just had 12 different resources. So these are available federal grants for assisted living, and you can grants by the government. I think that takes you to grants.gov. You can also get into assisted living conversion program. So this is if you want to, convert a house, and a lot of you are looking for that. So this might be a really good resource for you. This is profitableventure.com, and then slash federal grants assisted living facilities. So you can go over to this website and kind of scroll through it and see if any of these are good ones for you. It's going to give you some ideas on how to apply as well. Here's one for independent living, etc. And then here's another grant. This is AfricanAmericanGrants.org, and then grants for group homes, but has a lot of the same information on here. ACDS grant. You've got a Children's Welfare League of America grant, and third one, National Institute of Aging grants. So there's a handful more. I'll let you look at those on your own time, but you can search for these on blogs and find this information as well, which is going to be super helpful for you. Now let's jump back over here to the slides, and I'm just going to put that up here. So that's where you can go and find those grants. Now the question becomes, how do you apply? How do you turn something from a crumpled piece of paper into an awesome airplane that's going to fly? What's that process going to be like for you? So first off, you need to find the grant, right? You have to go in and actually find the grant and find the opportunity that's available to you. So we just went through a few resources on how you can go about doing that here for assisted living. Next is you need to write what is called a letter of intent. This is kind of like a cover letter of sorts, and I don't have this as a resource on the website, but I could certainly do that if you're interested in a template for a letter of intent. Make sure you comment that down below so I can get something out there for you as well. And I just put it on that same website so you can get it and probably package it together with the grant template. Grant writing template. But the letter of intent is basically you say, hey, I am me. This is my company. We are a nonprofit or we're a for-profit organization. We are looking to increase our presence in the assisted living world to improve the aging community, and we want to help people out through that process. And here's our EIN. You just kind of give this one page spiel of who you are and why you'd be a good fit and why you want to apply to their grant. Put something in there like, we found your grant, we were impressed by your mission, and that you like to help people that are in the aging community, and we want to work with you. Something along those lines. Then you're going to submit that in. into the grant system that they might have. And then oftentimes they will review those letters of intent, and with those that they want to work with, they will send you an email or a letter that says, "Yeah, we are interested in working with you. Could you please submit your grant here?" A lot of times, I've actually seen that that is an automated email, and they don't really read it. Doesn't mean that you don't want to take the time with that letter of intent. You still want to take the time with it, but just know like they're just looking for a few different check boxes. And sometimes with that letter of intent, they also are going to have some kind of a form that you fill out, so they can make sure that you are hitting the boxes that they need for the type of funding that they are doing. Oftentimes, they have different criteria that they want to meet. It could be like minority-owned business. It could be the type of work that you're doing. It could be any number of things that they're looking for. And then beyond that, you're going to start writing your grant proposal, and that's where this grant writing template is going to be a big benefit to you in helping you out in your grant writing journey. It's a template that I've used actually several times. I've used it to secure my grants for my assisted living facilities, but also when I was doing some coaching and grant writing consultations with people, it's the template that I would use for that. So it's going to help you out through that process. Has all of the steps that you need to be successful. So make sure you get over to assistedlivinginvesting.net/grants to get access to that calculator, or not calculator. That's the other thing that you could go get at the website, to that grant writing template though. And then once you are done with that, you're going to submit it. I highly suggest that you go through and you iterate off of that grant writing proposal that you have put together, and that you're looking through and making sure that you're comfortable with what it says, and that there's all the punctuation mistakes are gone, and everything's in a good spot with it, so that when they're reading it, they feel impressed and feel like you know what you're doing with that. But that is really, that's how you apply to a grant. It's really not that hard. It's pretty simple. It's kind of this little four-step process of putting things together. So it's something you can very easily do. So I just want to remind you, thank you first of all for being here with me on the channel, first live session. Hoping it goes well. If you are here and have questions, make sure you comment those here. I'm going to switch over to my comments here in just a second. So like the video if you're here, give me some comments, and I'll get into that with some Q&As. If you are here after the live recording, make sure you put those in, and I will do my best to get back to you and can do another of these live sessions with you as well. And just want to remind you to get over to the website at assistedlivinginvesting.net/grants, and you can get access to that free grant writing template, and help you on your journey there. So let's jump back over here and see if I've got any comments that we need to address. And I'm going to switch my at this stage. Okay, sounds good. Sorry, just trying to figure this whole streaming thing out. Well, thank you again for watching. Thank you for being here, and hope this information was helpful. If it was, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notified every time I do these. I'm going to start trying to do live sessions with you on a weekly basis, and kind of looking at the comments that are coming in and helping you through that process. Want to thank you again for watching. Here at us, does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you just don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, we're here to help you through the process, start to finish. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.